What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside Hartford, Connecticut for Heartland Sports. And today we'll be discussing the Hanley Ramirez trade, which occurred on July 25th, 2012, between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Miami Marlins. So, of course, this trade involves Hanley Ramirez, the shortstop, going to LA along with relief pitcher Randy Choate in exchange for starting pitcher Nathan Eovaldi and pitcher Scott McGowan. Now, how did this trade work out for the two teams and why did it occur? Real simple why. Dodgers were looking to get themselves a big name in Ramirez. They were looking to compete for a World Series. Remember, they'd been getting close but not able to get to the World Series for about a half decade at this point. Well, the Marlins were definitely entering a rebuild, and they just wanted to get something for Ramirez rather than see him potentially walk in free agency. So, of course, as always, we will start with the team that acquires the player in question, and that will be the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they would acquire shortstop Hanley Ramirez. Now, how did Hanley do? He actually had a very, he was, as always, a very good hitter, and he ignited the offense when they got him, but he was a liability on the defensive side of the ball. And remember, this is a National League, so you can't DH him. So they had to deal with the bad defense for the good offense. And he hung around for 2.5 seasons before he ends up walking in free agency, going to Boston. Now, Randy Choate, he was a decent pitcher, and he appeared in 36 games over the half season, so, after he was acquired. And he ends up walking after that half season. How did the Marlins do with their two players? Well, we'll start with Nathan Eovaldi, and Eovaldi, he's a decent pitcher. He was on a bad team for the 2.5 years before he ends up getting traded himself, but he was a decent pitcher. And he is traded to the New York Yankees alongside first baseman outfielder Garrett Jones and starting pitcher Domingo Germán in exchange for a relief pitcher David Phelps and utility man Martin Prado. So, Prado himself, he had 2 very strong seasons, followed by 2 injury-prone seasons, and an iffy season last year before he retired. He's one of the more respected guys in the clubhouse. He always was, and the Marlins really liked him. He was kind of like a father figure in the clubhouse, so to speak, kind of like another coach. Everyone liked him, very humble, down-to-earth guy. David Phelps, on the flip side, he was an important reliever in Miami for a pair of seasons before he himself gets traded for a package to Seattle. Now, they got 4 players for Phelps, and those 4 players were starting pitcher Pablo Lopez and a trio of guys who have yet to make the big leagues in prospect pitchers Lucas Schiraldi and Brandon Miller, and outfielder Brian Hernandez. Again, those last 3 have yet to make the big leagues. They're all minor leaguers at this point in time. Well, Pablo Lopez, he's been a serviceable starting pitcher ever since making his debut for the team in mid-2018. Not elite, but still solid nevertheless. Now, how did the Yankees and the Mariners do in this trade? I completely forgot about pitcher Scott McGowan here. Scott McGowan, he himself, he was ineffective a little over a month before he was DFA'd for the club. Now, we'll get to the Yankees here. And the Yankees, Eovaldi had 2 good seasons before he ended up needing Tommy John surgery and then was effectively released. Garrett Jones was designated for the assignment after an ineffective half season. It's the Yankees. If you don't get your stuff together, they're just going to get rid of you and buy someone who's better. And Domingo Germán, he's been a decent pitcher since debuting in mid-2017, but he's had a lot of weird moments, including mid-2020 where he posted that cryptic message saying something along the lines of, "I'm done with this." And then he had to announce, "Oh, no, I'm not retiring. I'm just fed up with this." So who the heck knows with Germán right now? But how did Seattle do with Phelps? Well, Phelps had an okay half season, but then he ended up needing Tommy John, so he missed the next season, and then he walked as a free agent. So how did this trade work out? The winners are the Miami Marlins, mostly because of Martin Prado, Nathan Eovaldi, and David Phelps, with a WAR of 13.6. The Dodgers weren't that far behind with a 9.8 WAR. The Yankees got a 4.8 WAR out of their 3 players, again, mostly because of Germán and Eovaldi. Germán's still on his team, so that WAR can definitely go up. And Seattle gets a .2 out of a half season of David Phelps. that is the Hanley Ramirez trade. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day.